as I've been wandering around the city here, I've noticed everybody with these Guinness lanyards, and I just realized that's the one thing that everybody does when they visit Dublin, is check out the beer factory here. So I decided I should jump on the bandwagon and do it myself.
Here at St. James's Gate, we've been working with Irish barley farmers and maltsters for generations.
So this is probably everybody's favorite part of the tour, the tasting room. Thank you. So I just realized the best reason to come over here to the Guinness factory is to get the view at the top. It is probably the best one here in the city. With 500,000 residents, Dublin is the capital and largest city in Ireland. Being relatively flat with dense streets, it's easy to walk around and get a feeling for this smaller European city. Established as a settlement by Vikings in the 9th century, there is history coming from every alley and street corner. A city of scholars, artists, and of course, drunks. Hey everyone, good morning. Today I am just here admiring the Liffey River, which runs straight through the heart of downtown Dublin here in Ireland. And I am so excited to come and check out this city I've always wanted to visit, and it's my first time to the island, in fact, so I don't know that much about it. I do have some ancestry from here dating back to my great-grandmother, so hopefully I'll be able to learn a bit more about where she came from and the culture. If you're like me and interested in higher education, make sure you stop by Trinity College, the oldest and most prestigious university in Ireland. It was founded in 1592 by Queen Elizabeth I and contains an ancient manuscript called the Book of Kells and an impressive old library. One of the most important things I'm learning about this city is there's no such thing as jaywalking. People just cross the road whenever they feel like it. One of the most well-known tourist sites in the city has to be the Temple Bar District. It has an old city feel to it with narrow cobblestone streets and small shops. So Ireland is known for its writers and its long tradition of literary figures, just like the James Joyce statue behind me. So public transit is actually really easy to use here, just like this bus that I'm on that is virtually empty. And the other thing you can do is, this is a really cheap way of getting a tour of the city. One thing Ireland is known for is this pub and bar culture, so I'm just checking out the oldest one here in the city of Dublin, which should be a lot of fun. The Brazen Head Pub has been around for a few hundred years, serving customers by the Liffey River. It's a small, dark space, but a fun spot to grab a typical meal of meat and potatoes. If you like something with a little bit of green on it, try the Caesar salad. So Dublin has some really amazing street art, and I'm just about to go and take a look at some of it. I've been wandering around the city here for a little bit today. It's been kind of rainy, which I guess is the typical weather here in Dublin. But I have to say, it's really cool to find little spots like this park here. I mean, this is actually an old church that burned down years ago. And they just kind of converted it into this little park here, and it just looks fantastic. It's like old ruins right here, kind of in the center of the city, and it's such a small little place, a tiny little park, that you could walk by it and miss it and not even know that it's here. I'm so glad I found it though, and this is again part of what I love about traveling, is finding these little hidden gems within these bigger cities. I have to say that just a little bit of walking around I've done so far, it's a pretty rough and tumble city. I mean, it looks a bit sketchy everywhere you go, unfortunately, but I think that's a lot of these older European cities anyway. Something that you should definitely do while you're here in the city of Dublin is check out some of these old churches, like the one right behind me. This is St. Patrick's Cathedral, and it's probably the most famous one here because of all its history and culture related to Ireland. There is an entrance fee to go inside several of the more well-known churches in the city, but if I could recommend just one, it would be St. Patrick's, the national cathedral named after its patron saint. The church was founded in 1191 and is a great example of Gothic-style architecture. Over 500 people are buried and laid to rest on the grounds. Doing the one thing everybody should do in Ireland, and that's visit a whiskey distillery. While there are arguably more famous brands like Jameson and Bushmills, the Teeling Distillery is the only one still producing whiskey in the city. I'm not much of a drinker, but I can certainly appreciate a small glass from the source. Over here by the docks in Dublin, you can actually see a monument or statues that are actually to commemorate the Great Famine here in Ireland in the 1800s. And it's very sobering to see those people who all had to leave their homes and travel and find a new one. I'm finding that the city of Dublin here in Ireland is such a cool place after dark because of all the lights. Well, I have had a really fantastic time here in Dublin checking it out, even though it was just a couple days. It has just been such a cool place to see finally, especially after I visited most of the UK and Scotland. I hope you guys enjoyed walking around with me and just checking stuff out, and maybe you learned something, or maybe you just saw a place that you really love that you've been to before. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me today. Life's a journey meant to be shared. Remember to always travel with an open heart and an open mind. Enjoy the ride and keep your eyes on the horizon for the next adventure. I'll see you out there.